Hi guys, this is Dylan at Ellis Home and Garden in Longview. I'm coming to you guys today with another great video. We have a new backdrop for you. I feel like I'm on TV, guys. I put some lights up because it's kind of dark over here, so I feel like I'm either in a tanning bed or I feel like I'm on TV, so that's a good thing. But we came to you guys last week and we showed you how to do an Easter wreath, guys. We showed you how to do it from start to finish on a 24-inch oval grapevine wreath. We put tulips in there, we put pink mini cosmos in there, we put lots of ivy and different types of greenery and textures. And I'm going to show you how to duplicate what we did on that wreath, but on a mantle today. I had lots of requests in the recent videos on how to do mantle looks for spring and for Easter. And I told you in the past few weeks that in the next couple of weeks I want to be doing Easter videos because we have a lot of, we have Easter's coming up April 1st. So I want to make sure that I show you lots of Easter tricks and tips that are coming up for the season. So guys, anything that you want to know, make sure you put your name down below with your questions and comments and concerns, and I will definitely have Dina relay those questions and comments to me as we begin. So guys, today again we're going to be doing a mantle, and again I've had lots of requests for this, so we're going to be doing lots of florals today. So again, any questions or comments that you have, leave a comment down below. Let us know where you're watching from, what you want to hear, what you want to see, all that type of stuff, and we are good to go. Are the comments working so far? Okay, good. Just want to make sure. All right, guys, so this is just a 4-foot basic mantle. I mean, everybody's mantle is going to be different at their home. Some are going to be wood, some are going to be brick, some are going to be ceramic tile. You know, it does not matter what type of mantle that you have. You can definitely use the tips and tricks I'm going to show you and you know, use those on your mantle at your home. Now, we have a wood mantle here, and just if you're like me, I don't want to damage my wood because when I don't have this arrangement on there, I don't want the top of my mantle to be damaged or messed up, so or have screws sticking up in it. So what I did is I took a piece of styrofoam, guys, and we have styrofoam here at the store for sale, or you can buy it at any floral wholesale store or online if it's closer to you, if you're not near one of our locations. And I put the styrofoam on the mantle and I cut it, you know, and I don't want it to go all the way to the end because I want to leave a little bit of room in case I want to sit anything at the end, and I'm not sure that I do yet, but just in case I do, I left a little bit of room. And then I covered that styrofoam in green moss. So I'm going to have Dina scan up close so you can kind of see what I've done. Again, I just took a piece of styrofoam, put it onto the mantle, and I used some greening pens, and I just covered it in moss. The reason I covered it in moss is because you don't want that styrofoam showing. It's very trashy and tacky, and you don't want that showing on your mantle because it really takes away from that finished, elegant look that we're trying to achieve when we get done with the mantle. Also, a lot of people are going to ask how I got the styrofoam to stay to the mantle without damaging it, and that's a good question. We have something called floral foam tape, and what it is, it's like sticky tack. So if I have any teachers watching, sticky tack is like that stuff you put behind posters and you can stick it on the wall and it doesn't damage your wall. We have the same type of stuff, it's just for floral purposes, and I stuck that on the bottom here, and I just stuck that here. So this will actually pop up if I pull it hard enough, and I'm not going to. But it's just got this here, and it's going to give it, it's kind of secured it to the mantle so it's not going to pop off as I go. And it doesn't damage my mantle as well. So that is how I have it secured, and this is what we're going to use as our foundation. In past videos, we've used Christmas garland a lot of the times for our foundation, which is totally fine. So if you do have a leftover Christmas garland and you don't have piece of styrofoam that's accessible to you, and that is totally fine. Put your Christmas garland out and you can do all the steps we're going to do today in the garland. It's just a little bit easier to use styrofoam because it gives you something to secure your flowers into, because we're going to have some flowers with some weight that stick up, and instead of them like falling down into the Christmas garland, we're going to need something we can actually stick them in and get them to really hold in place. So that's why we're using the garland. So again, before you start any project, guys, you want to make sure that you have a clean working environment, because if you don't, it's going to be a headache. And so I'm going to have Dina scan over and show you what we've got so far. I've got lots of florals pulled kind of that match the wreath that we did the other day. And I want to remind everybody that, you know, I might not use every single one of these florals, but it's always better to be over-prepared than under-prepared, because I hate starting a project at home and getting halfway done and then having to stop and run back to the store and I lose my train of thought. So I always try and overbuy, because you can always return versus, you know, get started and then you don't have enough stuff. So when I thought about this mantle, I thought I want something that could be considered Easter, but then after Easter's over, I want to be able to leave it out for spring, and I don't want to have to take it down and redo it that quick. Because again, if you're like me, I invest a lot of money into my flowers and a lot of money into my products and designs that I do either at my home or at my business or at work here. So I want to make sure it's something that you can, you know, it's long lasting and you can get more bang for your buck on. So I thought we're going to choose spring colors, and I'm not going to put any bunnies in here, and I haven't decided if I'm going to use this yet, but if anything, I might use this Easter ribbon. But this is just that if, you know, you can use ribbon and what we're going to do, but I'm not sure yet. We're just going to play this by ear, see how it goes. But I definitely wanted to do something that had spring elements in it that could be incorporated for an Easter look, but also could just be used for spring. So we're going to start here with these Quincy Blossom sprays, and these are in like a bright pink color. The reason I've chosen these guys is because they're long in height. Again, all of these artificial stems are on a piece of wire, so you can bend them and shape them however you like. And I want to remind you, all of our stems here at Ellis are 25% off every single day. So you don't have to worry about buying something on sale and then them not being on sale. They're 25% off every day. And wedding season's coming up, so it's a great time to pick these stems up. And for everyone wondering, we have 5 locations. They're all available for, did Marshall close yet?
Marshall, I think, closed Sunday.
Oh, just kidding. 4 locations. All that information, guys, is located on our website at ellishomeandgarden.com. So if you want to know anything about our locations or know if you're close to one, check us out on there. And also follow us on our Facebook page and our Instagram page. And guys, a lot of people also, before we get started, a lot of people saying I talk too much. And I know I have a problem. I'm sorry, guys, that's just who I am. But I'm trying to, when I work and when I design, I try and think of things that you would ask. And that's why I talk all the time, because I think, oh, this person's probably wondering this or this person's wondering that. And so one thing I saw on the comments section is that a lot of people want to know how to get alerts and notifications when we come on live. And you know what? All you have to do is go to your settings tab on your Facebook page and turn on your live notification settings for Ellis Home and Garden, and you will get notifications every time we go live. That way you don't miss the opportunity to see us do a video for you here at the store. Alright, so now I promise I'm going to shut up and we're going to begin, and I'm going to show you where we're going to begin, and we're going to start with these Quincy Blossoms. So we're going to start by removing the tag. And I have my pick machine here, guys. I linked a pick machine in the past videos. You can buy it on Amazon for $2.59 or at Hobby Lobby for $199.99 and use your 40 off coupon. And again, I use the pick machine because it's just easier to secure my stems into the styrofoam. Alright, so I'm going to trim a little bit off of this pink stem. Now the first thing you want to do is determine how high you want your mantelpiece. That is way too high. This is not the Kardashians' house. This is way too high. So we're gonna lower this down just a little bit. So we're gonna go about cut it a little bit shorter. Alright guys, so we went about this high. Right here, that's about maybe 1.5 feet. Does that look about right? 1.5 feet, guys, height. And that is how high we're going to leave our mantelpiece. And that's the first piece we're going to put in. And the reason I like the stem as well is because it fans out. And what I mean by that is, as you can see, it kind of fans out. And it gives you a nice backdrop, because this is obviously going to be one-sided because it's up against a base or wall. And most mantles are. I've never seen a 4-sided mantle. I mean, maybe at a hotel. But, I mean, most people for their homes, it's going to be one-sided. So we want to make sure we find a stem or a piece of greenery that is going to work well for a backdrop. Alright. So I've got my glue gun over here, guys, and I'm going to secure everything with the hot glue, just like I have in the past. And for all those wondering, I'm not at my desk, so I don't have a, what in the world? I'm not at my desk, so I don't have my glue skillet.
Are you going to pick it, or?
No, I'm not going to pick this one. See how well it goes in. And you want to make sure that you put it in the center, everybody. Okay, and near the back. Just like that. So see how easy you can do that. Okay, we're all, that's what we're going to do to start with. Now we're going to pick up another one of our pink stems. Okay, is Morgan on there yet? Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord. She had said nothing nasty yet. Morgan, you better behave yourself. Okay. Now, we're going to move over here, guys, to the side. Just like this. About right here. Okay? And what I'm doing is I'm creating a outline, if you will, just like you mow the yard. Say you go around the yard and you create an outline and then you cut all the grass in between. That's what we're basically doing with the flowers. Okay, I'm going to pick this actually. Morgan's probably going to be saying, why haven't we got a mantle at my house? Because we ain't got nothing.
Emmy was asking what the thing on your table is used for.
What is she talking about?
I'm guessing the
pick
pick machine.
Emmy, if you're talking about this is the pick machine, what it does is it puts a metal pick. I'll show you. If I can get one out. It puts a metal pick around your stem, so this is just sharp and it makes it easier to stick in your styrofoam. And guys, as you do these projects, I want to remind everyone that you want to stay patient and calm while you do this because, you know, it takes a minute to really get your shape flowing, and don't get discouraged right at first because at first it's not going to look like what you saw on Pinterest or what you saw online. It's going to take a second for you to get your shape flowing the way that you want it to flow. And that's okay.
Brenda's asking, is that florist foam?
Hi Brenda, yes, this is a piece of styrofoam, guys. So if you're just joining us, this is a piece of styrofoam that I just attached to my mantle using some sticky tack so it doesn't damage my mantle, and that's what's helping it secure itself to that, and I covered it in moss. Alright, so guys, as you can see, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm creating an outline, like I said, for any medicinal flowers that we put. This is a one-sided mantle, just like yours would be at home in most cases. If you don't have a one-sided mantle, girl, leave me a picture because I want to see it, because I'm impressed. So what I'm doing is creating an outline, and then we're going to fill in. So I have a few spaces here, and I want to put a couple pink flowers. So instead of putting a full one, because we don't want to overdo it and clutter, because you can't overdo it and overclutter, we're going to cut a stem in half and just put a little bit here so we get a little bit of pink on each side, and then we're going to continue from there.
Brenda says it looks like a triangle.
Yes, Brenda, it does. And guys, I'm glad Brenda brought that up about the triangle, because the triangle has a point at the top and it gets lower. What we're doing, okay, is you're going to start at the top and we're going to kind of go down angle-wise at the top, so not you have a beautiful shape, and when you're done and you don't have like a box or you don't have everything just smashed up in there, you want to create a shape. And shape is very important in floral design, and you'll see that as you continue to make arrangements of your own. So as you can see, I have this stem here, and I'm going to cut it in half, guys, just like that. And see, I'm going to stick another piece right over here, just like that. And don't worry, as I get done with each section, I will have Dina come up close, and I will have her show you. That way it's easier for you guys to see if you're following at home.
Lindy asked, how would you create it if there were a TV over the fireplace?
Who asked that?
Lindy.
Hi Lindy, thanks for watching, girl. That's a good question, because I have a TV over my fireplace. It's the worst decision I've ever made, because it really limits you to what you can do and what you can put over the top of your mantle, because height is a problem, because if you put the height too high, you can't see because of the TV. So you just have to create the same type of thing, duplicate the same thing, but you just have to lower your height. And it sounds hard, and it sounds like, oh, how can I get that same outcome if I lower it down? And you can, but you're just going to have to lower it down, and then, you know, start your triangle about right here, you know, and then go down from there. And it can be done. I do it at my house all the time, because I only have about this much space in between my mantle and my TV. But you just have to make it work. And as you design and as you change it out through the holidays, it will become easier for you, and it will become something that you can learn how to do, you know, over time. All right, here's that other piece, and we're going to put it on the other side, guys.
Velasquez come to New Mexico and help with the Say Yes to the Dress Balloon Fiesta wedding in October.
She wants me to?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to. Girl, send me a ticket. Alright guys, so I'm going to have Dina scan up and show you what we've done so far. And as we know, we've just created an outline or foundation to what we're going to do on this mantle arrangement. And I want to remind everybody also, you don't need so much styrofoam every time. A lot of people think they have to overdo the styrofoam. Your foundation just has to be there to be a support system for all of the stems and all of the materials that you decide to put in there. But you just have to have enough to do that. You don't have to cover your whole entire mantle in a whole Christmas garland or a whole piece of styrofoam. Whatever you choose to use as your foundation, you don't have to do that. You just have to have enough where you can insert it in there. Same thing with arrangements. If you have a big, huge container, you don't have to fill that whole thing up, wall to wall, the whole perimeter of it with a styrofoam. You just have to have enough in there where you can stick all your stems in there and the styrofoam will be able to stay secured and it won't flop around in there. Okay.
Anita and Colleen are asking if you have a mantle clock or a mirror, would you do more or less? Or
guys, if you have a mirror, don't change anything. I love mirrors because if I had a mirror here, the great thing is it would just mirror off of this, and I love that. So I would leave the mirror, keep the height how it is. If you had a clock, again, that's just up to your preference. I mean, if the clock is hanging here, it kind of goes in the same category as the TV. You don't want the flowers to go above the clock because then you won't be able to see it, and that defeats the purpose of having a clock there. So you just have to keep that in mind and do whatever, you know, works best for you. And if you don't mind a little bit of the flowers coming up above the clock, then I would do that. That's fine.
Brenda says, I know this sounds strange, but would this work on the back of a commode?
Yes, it would, guys. The same type of thing. One-sided surface, it will work on there. Whether it be an entertainment center, whether it be the back of a toilet, whether it be, you know, the mantle, any of those things, you can definitely take this arrangement that we're showing you how to do today and use that any of those places. All right, so actually I'm going to use a little bit more pink, and I'm going to put it right here at the front.
I have a couple of people asking what was the name of the flower again.
Guys, this is a Quincy blossom with a Q, Quincy blossom, and it's just a pink color. Again, everything is on wire, so it's very easy to maneuver and place it how you want it. All right, so now I'm going to go and add a different type of flower. I'm going to add our Forsythia. Forsythia is one of my favorites. You see this a lot of the time in pre-made wreaths, and I made one in a video maybe a week ago. You can check that on our video tab. I showed you how to take a Forsythia wreath that was pre-made and add to it to really enhance it. And so this is something I love because this particular stem is so realistic, and it's got the vine here with it, and it looks really real. And we're going to add that to this, and as you can see, it really just makes this whole thing pop. So we're going to add this to it. Guys, again, this is Forsythia. This particular stem at our store is $7.99, 25% off. So if you're wondering about that. Okay.
They can hear the song in the background.
What is that? It's too loud?
No, they're singing along with it.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't had any margaritas this morning, so I won't be dancing for you guys, but maybe another time. Maybe we'll do like a drinks with Dylan one night, and we'll like really dip into it for you guys. Dina ain't ever seen me do that, so we'll have to prepare her. I think Colleen has. She's watching. I did that one year at YouTube. Alright guys, so I put some of that Forsythia, and as you can see, look at that. It just really pops out. It gets that pink and really adds some color. And again, these are colors that can work for Easter and for spring. So after Easter's over, take this, don't worry, leave this bad boy up and leave it all the way through spring, and then we can change it later on when summer really starts to fall into effect. Yeah, they changed our music, guys. We used to have some god-awful music that we didn't even know the names of songs, and now they got on this disco. So, girl, I was dancing to Whitney Houston this morning. It almost threw my back out, but it's something different every day. All right, so I'm going to cut these in half. And I'm just dropping these on the floor. Trashy. But at your house, you know, I just put them in the trash can. Okay. And a lot of you are wondering, how do I know where in the world I'm putting this stuff? I'm following the outline and following the pattern that I chose to use. So for all of those wondering, that's what I'm doing. I also want to thank everybody for sending in their pictures and photos. I've been asking and asking and asking. And guys, they're freaking good. I mean, y'all are over here sitting behind the computer like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Y'all are good. Y'all need a job? Come to Longview, okay? Come see me. Y'all are really, really good. We had some, 4 or 5 people. Rebecca's been posting the pictures on the Facebook page so that everybody can see all of your fabulous work. Y'all do so good. So keep sending the photos in. Keep sending the pictures on our Facebook page and our Instagram because we love to see because y'all are good.
I guess I need to sign up to Instagram.
Yeah, it's pretty good to Instagram. It's really for photos. I don't really post, guys, on Instagram on my personal page. I just like to creep around. I follow a lot of celebrities because I feel like we're friends in my head, which we are. I'm a fan. I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm a fan of Beyonce. And I haven't even told Dina this, but I've been telling everybody for years that we are like BFF. And the other day they posted a picture of Beyonce at a basketball game with her daughter. And she had the same phone cover, the same $40 phone cover I did. And I was like, you know what? I knew. That's a sign. I knew we were friends. All right, so what I've done to the right side on my right, we're going to do to the left side.
How many pink stems did you use? Sherry was asking.
Sherry?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Sherry. Thanks for watching. Let me count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I used 7 pink stems, Sherry. And I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to use 6 total yellow. Okay? 6 total yellow. I'm going to use 1 more. I'm going to put those right here in the front side. Alright guys, so I'm going to have Dina scan up and show you what we've done so far. As you can see, we're really creating an outline. It kind of looks like a sprinkler went off right now. And it's shooting off right now. But again, what we're doing is we're creating the outline and we're going to continue to fill in with lots of filler and greenery and different types of blooms and lots of different types of flowers. Okay, so now we're going to add a different type. One of my favorites, guys. I feel like I just won Miss USA with a bouquet of flowers, but you know, spring is one of my favorite times, and whenever I think of spring, I immediately think of tulips, okay? Because tulips are a staple, I think, with spring and Easter. And so how in the world, how in the world are we going to do a spring mantle without some tulips? So, I'm going to grab some of these, and the great thing about these tulips is that they're real to the touch. Again, like I said in the other video, they feel real, but they don't smell real. But you know, we can always put some air freshener on there. And
Colleen says you need to come to the New Mexico wedding. Beyonce's bass guitarist Divinity is playing, and Beyonce and Jay-Z will probably be there.
Colleen, message me. I'll definitely come check her out. I'm telling you, I love her. All right, everybody. So now we're going to add our tulips, and we're going to add some bloom now because we've got lots of. This is just long filler because I wanted to create, like I said, outlines. So now we're going to add some blooms. So we're going to add these particular stems, and we're going to make sure you measure. I'm going to have Dina come a little bit closer so y'all can see. As you can see, the outline that we created is this length back here. If you can see these brown stems against my hand. So we want to make sure that this, the blooms that we put in, stay within that region and they don't go way up here or way shorter, because you want to stay within the same length so that everything matches at the end. All right? So I'm going to cut it a little bit, excuse me, I'm going to cut it a little bit shorter and then add it in. All right. And everybody, I want to also remind you that if you hate these colors, that's cool. You don't have to use these colors. You can use similar flowers of your choice. You can use similar tulips of your choice and use your own selection and color choice of flowers that meet your requirements or match your home colors, you know, that you use in your home, because you don't have to use these. So I don't want you to feel restricted like you have to just use what we're showing you here at the store. Actually, I'm going to go on one side so it'll be easier to show you guys. Pick on here.
Joanne Singleton from Sulphur, Louisiana is a first timer today.
What was her name?
Joanne.
Hi, Joanne.
Deborah, register one. Deborah, register one.
Thanks for watching. I'm so glad that you found us and you joined our little family here. We'd love to come to you guys with new fun material each and every week, and we're so glad that you guys have found us. Where's she watching from again?
Sulphur, Louisiana.
Okay, Louisiana. So guys, as you can see, I just added those 3 blooms in there, and it really makes a big difference, and it really just adds, again, a pop of different color. And it's really starting to look like spring has sprung up in here. So now I'm going to do the same thing I did on this side, on the other side. And again, if you're just joining us, we're coming to you guys from the Longview location of Ellis Home & Garden. I'm Dylan, and this is Gina. If you're just watching for the first time, please leave a comment down below, guys, with your name, where you're watching from, any questions or comments that you have. We will definitely answer those as we go along with the video. Even if it doesn't have to do with this particular video here, we'd love to hear from you.
Oh, thank y'all very much for the well wishes last week. I'm feeling so much better.
That thing was limp, honey. It wasn't working. Yeah, Dina sounds like her old self. She doesn't sound like a man anymore. She is good. Let's hope she didn't give it to me, because I'll have to choke her. Why is this thing so weird? I think this one's messed up.
Deborah from Tennessee, where would you use this that you're making?
Hi, Deborah. Well, it's on a mantle right now, and that's where we're going to use it. So if you have a mantle, that's where I would. But you can also use it different places in your home. You could use it on the back of an entertainment center. You could use it on the back of your toilet. You could use it on a dresser, any one-sided space, because this is a one-sided arrangement, that is where you could use it.
Joanne asks, would you add a ribbon or a bow of tails, or would that be a fire hazard?
A fire hazard? Well, it depends on where you're going to put it. If you're putting it out by the fire. Oh, well, I'm thinking a fireplace. I'm losing it, girl. Ooh, hell. Anyway, it's too early. No, you can definitely use a bow. And if you're just watching, I told y'all at the beginning, you know, I have some ribbon picked out. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but, you know, you can definitely add a ribbon of your choice. This has bunnies on it. So if you really wanted a staple that's going to really stand out for Easter, this is something I would choose. So no, a ribbon is definitely something you can add. Okay, we're going to add one more.
Jody, this is a mantle.
Can you see this good in the phone? I was worried about the lighting over here, but I didn't know. Wire cutters.
Coco Chanel is watching from New Zealand.
Oh, hey, Coco. From where?
New Zealand.
Wow. All right, we're going to put this one over here. Try not to poke my eyes out when I go up here. Wouldn't that be funny? Okay, I need a couple in the front.
Hi, Leslie. My daddy was a cop here, too.
If you like what you see so far, guys, give us a thumbs up and let us know.
I don't remember. My daddy retired in 97, 98.
If we have any policemen watching, my name is Dylan and this is Dina. So if you ever pull us over, we would love a little escape from the ticket, and we'll make you a wreath in exchange.
That's a bribe.
Or if we ever go to jail, you know, well, only reason I'd be going to jail is if I choke somebody in the drive-thru. Let me tell you what happened to me last night. Dina, I didn't tell you this. Guys, I was off yesterday. I was sitting on my couch and I was watching Scandal, okay? Actually I wasn't drinking. I was sitting on the couch just chilling, okay? And all of a sudden I heard this loud rapping Nicki Minaj music, which nothing against Nicki Minaj, I love her, but this wasn't time or place. And oh my God. And all of a sudden, it just kept on and on. It was booming, like rattling my window. So I went outside, and this little boy was out there doing his little basketball game with his shorts down to the floor. And I was like, oh no, ma'am. So I got on the fence and screamed across the fence and told him to turn that stuff down. But that's not exactly what I said. And he said, oh, I had no idea it was bothering y'all. And there was kids out in the street. So, see, if there's any cops watching and I ever go to jail, I'm going to need a little ticket out. So I'll make y'all a wreath or a mantelpiece or whatever you need. All right, guys. So look at that. Oh, my God. I love that pop of orange in there. So I'm going to have Dina scan up and show you what we've done so far. We have added 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 tulips so far. I really like those. I mean, and guys, I'm just playing with this. I haven't done this. I didn't think about this before we did it. I just laid these flowers out, and I was thinking, I think that the orange will really be pretty and something that will pop. And I love it. So, looking really good. So I'm going to have her scan it one more time, and I'm going to go over here and decide what we're going to put next on here. Let's see. What do I want to do next? Maybe some purple. Yeah. Alright guys, I have this purple stem pulled here. This is a wild wheat spray. It comes in red and it comes in purple. And I love this because it gives height as well, and it's got some, it's like little bitty berries, and it's got some green on there as well. So you get, it's like a two-tone berry. You get two for the price of one, and they're 25% off. So we're going to use this again as some filler and to really enhance this. But before we do that, I have changed my mind like I do all the time. we're going to add a little filler, and we're going to use this green lace fern bush. A lot of the time people ask and question what types of fern I use. This is a lace fern bush, and the reason that you choose filler and you use filler in arrangements is because all of these spaces that you see, you want to find a filler that fans out just like all this other stuff does to fill in, and then we're going to go from there. I'm going to cut this apart. And again, I also want to remind you, if you're a first-time watcher, which we do have a few, when you do projects like this, it's always good to step back from what you're doing and look at it from far away, because things always look different from far away. That's why I have Dina scan up sometimes, because when she comes up, I step back and I really get a look at what we've done so far from behind us and not, so far up. So that's always a good idea when designing. All right. So I'm cutting my greenery bush apart at the base of the stem using my wire cutters. And then I'm going to begin adding in my greenery as we go. Just like that. I'm going to have Dina scan up on that. I'm going to put some picks on these too. And if you're not accessible to this type of greenery at your home, that's totally fine, guys. You can use something similar. And again, this is a lace fern bush. And yes, you would hot glue each and every one of these pieces, but for just the quickness, I'm not doing it right this particular second. I'll go back and do it. But if you were doing this at your house and this is something you wanted to use year after year and season after season, definitely hot glue each and every piece in there. And again, I'm just following the pattern, guys, as we go. You got this, Ray? Mm-hmm. So did everybody have a good weekend, guys? Leave a comment down below with what you did on your weekend. I did not do anything special. It was great. Friday, let's see. Actually, Saturday night I went to a wedding and it was amazing. It was one of a friend of mine's. Awesome. It was a beautiful wedding. It flooded though. I mean, it was like a monsoon. I nearly got baptized in the parking lot. It was flooding so hard. But, it was great, and they had great food, beautiful ceremony, and then we came home, and I watched The Conjuring 2. That nearly scared me to death. I had to order food in the middle of it because I was biting my nails off, so scared. And I love scary movies. You like scary movies? Oh, I love them. Have you seen that?
Not that one yet.
Jesus. I was saying, Jesus, take the wheel and drive fast, because, honey, I nearly did make it. But anyway, it was really good. After I got my food makes every situation better. And then Sunday, I went to Dallas to visit my grandmother. And then yesterday, I tried to watch Scandal until I get interrupted by that guy across the street.
Leslie says, I would love to make this on a ledge that overlooks both the kitchen sink on one side and living room area on another. So how could you make it
do that
to where it would look good from both sides?
You would just do, what was your name, Leslie? Mm-hmm. Guys, I'm sorry I keep asking what your name was, because there's music and it's hard to hear. You would just do the same thing. You would just replicate it on both sides. So instead of starting at the base of the styrofoam, start in the center. And then, instead of working all on one side, you would work on both sides. And then just create like a 360 arrangement versus, a one-sided 90-degree arrangement.
Beverly celebrated her birthday this weekend.
Well, happy birthday, Beverly. I hope you had lots of fun. I hope you got I hope you relaxed, and I hope you had some cake.
Amy celebrated daughter's gender reveal party. She's having another grandson.
Oh, congratulations. I love babies. Maybe I'll have one day. And nowadays they have all kinds of cool gender reveals. I see them on Facebook, my friends. They do some where they like rev the engine up and like smoke comes out of the exhaust pipe. They have some where they pop balloons and they throw balloons. It's really cool. Leave a comment down below and let us know how they revealed to you, because I always thought about how I'd reveal to my mom what sex my baby was, because she would freak. And I've seen the one where you do the cake and everything, but that's so traditional. But they have all kinds of cool ones now.
When my cousins, they did, because they're into softball and baseball, and so they had a ball that had the powder in it. So when she threw the ball to her husband and he hit the ball, it let the smoke out.
Oh, really?
Amy says she's 42. How old are you?
I am 20. I'll be 26 in June. My birthday's in June. Do I look 26? Do I need Botox yet? Because I'm not opposed to it.
Joanne made a succulent heart wreath with a friend while drinking wine.
How'd it turn out, Joanne? Was it a heart when you were done or a circle after all the wine? Leave a comment. Let us know. Do I have a lot of wine drinkers on here? Because I used to be so opposed to wine and I used to hate it, but I'm really enjoying it now. And there's this one kind called 19 Crimes. It's a red wine. It's really good. It's one of my favorites. You like wine? Yeah, it's good. Well, if you get the right kind.
I like Moscatos.
Ooh, too sweet. Headache. Morgan, my sister, loves that stuff.
I already made cake pops, and everybody bit into them at the same time.
See, anything I can eat, I'll do it. See, I'd end up eating it before they said to eat it, and I'd be like, oh, sorry. Sorry, my teeth are blue. It's a boy. Okay, I'm going to add one more piece of that, and then I'm going to have Dina stand up and show you.
Rochelle says vodka has less calories.
It does, girl, but vodka makes me do crazy things. Remember how I told y'all I went up and screamed at that kid? I'd probably done something else if I was drinking vodka. Okay, I'm going to have Dina scan up and show you. What we've done is we just add a little bit of greenery. And what this is it's filler. Ooh, whiskey, honey. What's her name? Leslie. That's my girl. I love Fireball. Anyway, this is some greenery. And what it's done is just kind of filled in those spaces and those holes that we had before. And then now we're just going to continue to add in different colors and different textures and aspects of greenery. So now we're going to go back to that wild wheat spray that I showed you, which was right here. And we're going to begin to add this in. I'm glad I'm not alone. I have lots of people like to eat and drink on here, just like me. Because I love to have a good time. I like to dip and do it. I used to be able to pop, lock, and drop it, but now I can't get back up. Whew. Takes all I got. I'm going to start in the center, everybody, and I'm just going to start adding some of this purple in. Look at that. I'm going to have Dina scan up and show you these four colors combined together. That pop of purple really makes this just run together really well.
Leslie says steak, whiskey, and good music relaxing in the backyard.
Yes. Or I love a good bath and a bottle of wine. But I love it. But guys, it's been raining here so much. Oh my God. But you know, it finally stopped for a couple days. We had some really nice weather, and then now, today, I get here and it's sprinkling on the way to work, and it's supposed to flood at lunch. Did you see that? Like 100%. I mean, I'm gonna start driving a freaking jet ski up here to work to get home. It's crazy. And again, to get the most out of your stuff, cut these stems in half, and you can get two for the price of one.
Judy, you can always go back and watch from the beginning when he gets done.
Yeah, Judy, just go to our video tab and you can find all that stuff on there. And I'm just cutting these up, guys, and I'm filling in with my outline. I'm going to do kind of one side at a time, and then I'm going to go back and fill in. They're really doing the most with this music, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I was liking it until this song.
Who is this? Madonna?
I don't know.
No.
Leslie's going to send pics of handmade paper tulips she's working on.
Yes, please do, Leslie. I love tulips.
Hi, Tina. Where have you been?
Okay. Alright guys, so we got one side done. I'm going to have Dina scan up on that one side and show you what we've got so far. And again, we just added that purple, and as you can see, we're just adding different aspects, different elements, different textures each and every time, and it's really helping to fill in. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And as you can see, that once empty piece of styrofoam that you're probably like, oh my god, how are we going to transform that, is really starting to turn into something cool. That you can use like on multi-purposes, like our ladies have brought up. You can use it, you know, again, on the back of your entertainment center, on the back of your toilet, on all kinds of stuff.
Kathy, we're in Longview, Texas.
Guys, I want to also remind everyone every time that we do offer custom work, so anyone that doesn't want to do this, it's fine. You can bring your stuff in at any of our locations that you can find on our website, and we have great designers that can do custom work for you guys. They can work with any budget, any color, anything. So always remember that. Alright, we're almost done with the purple, everybody, and then we're going to move on to another element that we're going to use. Are you working today or just the video?
I'm closing tonight.
Oh, okay. Alright guys, so I'm
Someone
gonna...
says howdy.
Who does?
Neil.
Oh, hey Neil, thanks for watching. Alright guys, so I'm going to have Dina scan up and show you what we've got so far. And again, this is our, I think, 5th element that we've added, and what we've done is just add the purple. It's a different texture. And we want to add different elements of different textures and colors in here to really get the full effect when we are done and completed with the project. So if you like what you see so far,
Production truck out front, production truck.
if you like what you see so far, guys, give us a thumbs up and let us know. So now we're going to add a little bit something different, and this is what we're going to add is for length, and we're going to really kind of give it that look that just kind of looks like it's cascading down the mantle. And to do that, we're going to add a different type of greenery, which is my favorite, and it is this ivy. I went blank. Ivy, and there's 2 different kinds of ivy we're going to use. Okay, we've got the variegated, which means it's got 2 different textures and colors in it. It's got the light green, the dark green, and the white. And then we've got the dark green, which is like a traditional ivy that you see all over. So we're going to use both kinds and incorporate both kinds into the wreath. And this ivy is great because this is how you really establish length in your arrangement and a different type of color. So as you can see, we're pulling this apart and you get all of these vines. It looks very natural.
Josh is watching.
Hey Josh, are you behaving today? Is he behaving?
He just joined, so he's behaving so far.
So far, so good. Alright guys, so I'm cutting this ivy apart just like this, and I'm going to put a pick on the bottom of each one of these stems, and I'm going to add it in here, and I'm going to show you. This is going to add length to the arrangement. Alright, so what you can do, again, all of this is on pieces of wire, so you can like bend it and maneuver it however you want. I'm going to bend down to show you. You can stick it on the base down here and bend this ivy just like that. Okay, so I'm going to have Dina scan up on that right side and show you what that ivy did. So as you can see, it just added a little bit of length, and it just really makes that cascade, really makes it cascade down the side of the mantle. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing on this side to make it match. Oh, I love this song.
I do too.
Somebody almost died last night in my neighborhood, but it wasn't in my arms. It was in a driveway. Okay, we're going to put this on this side. And then a piece up here. Alright, so now we can step back and really take a look at it, guys, and we have two matching sides. So now we're going to take the other type of ivy, which is the just plain green, okay, plain green, and we're going to add this. The reason I'm doing this is because I want both colors, both textures in there, because I like to add a variety, like I said.
Anita, we're in Longview, Texas. We do have 4 other locations on our website.
Alright, so I've got 2 pieces, and I'm going to put these down here at the very ends on each side, just to kind of give it some length, just like that. Just like that. We'll cut 2 more. If you guys like what you see, leave a comment down below, let us know. And if you've just joined us, guys, we appreciate it. We're having so much fun interacting with you guys. So leave a comment with where you're watching from, with your name, any questions or comments that you have.
Jan, he's got a piece of foam that he's covered in moss.
Alright guys, so I'm done with the ivy, so I'm just going to have Dina scan up and show you what a difference that ivy has made since we added it. I mean, oh my god, I love it. And just when you think that's it, we ain't done. So we're just going to continue adding, and I'm going to show you just all you can add. I mean, it's just going to add so much to it. So, I also want to remind everybody before we add anything else that it is pretty like this, and it is totally okay to leave it like this. I love it, and I would leave it like this at my house 100% for sure. It just depends on what your budget allows. I want to remind everybody that just because we show you things up here, I have an endless budget right now because I'm doing this for display and I'm showing you guys. So I'm not paying for this. It's for the store. But if I was doing this for my home, I would have to pay for this just like you guys. So I want to remind you, you don't always have to go overboard the first time. You know, do something pretty for the first year and then add stuff and embellish it more and more each and every year until you get that look that you want to achieve. You know, so you don't have to break the bank. And I always want to remind everybody of that because I do that at my house. I don't always go above and beyond and go crazy the first year. It takes a little bit of time to work up to it, so that's okay. So I want to remind everybody of that. Alright, so now we have this bush. This is called Lily of the Valley. It's very pretty. It's like a wispy, it almost looks like wisteria, but it's a lot smaller. It's in a white, and it's got like a little vine up next to it. I'm going to have Dina scan in. So this is really pretty. And we're gonna add some of this down here near the base to just add a little pop of color. Okay, and this is cool because you can cut this apart and really get a lot out of one section. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it apart, and I'm gonna pick it because it's such a small vine. And make sure you pull it apart and touch, fluff each and every piece. Alright, and we're going to add that near the base. Just like that. So I'm going to have Dina scan up on that one piece and show you what we've added.
How much are these?
Let's see. These are $8.99 and then 25% off. So not too bad. Again, all of our stems are 25% off every day. And whenever we add down here, we want to make sure we add a little bit up here near the top so that it all matches and corresponds with each other.
I like that.
Me too. It's just, yeah, just really like wispy and natural.
I think it helps bring out the colors of everything else.
Yeah. And guys, using something like this that's white will really help, like she said, bring out the colors of everything else. You can use something and turn something that's kind of got darker colors, and then add a lighter stem. So even if it's not this particular arrangement, say you use something else like dark red hydrangeas or greens or something, use a lighter color stem to really lighten up that arrangement.
Bev from Minnesota, does an arrangement have to balance the same on each side?
It doesn't, Bev, but that's up to your preference and your particular taste. I like it too. And guys, also we were talking about where you could put this. This would be great for weddings, okay? Wedding season's coming up. These colors, this particular arrangement will be great for wedding season. So now we're going to go to this side and do what we did before.
Do you know offhand how many stems you set aside for this project?
I do not, guys, and I hate that because I laid a bunch out, and I'm going to have Dina get over here and show you. I still have all these over here, and I'm not going to use all these. That's way too many. But like I said at the beginning, of course, if I just have new watchers too, is, you know, I always like to have too much versus too little because I don't want to start a project and then not have enough and have to run back to the store. So I do not know. That little right there. I really like that white in there.
I do too.
Maybe something in the center. Rebecca got on there at all?
I haven't seen her. And how would you store it? Would it stay together when you store it?
That is a good question. Guys, if you hot glue this, yes, it will store. All you have to do is you have to remove it from the mantle and you have to take a trash bag, or I like to call it a body bag, because all you do is you take the trash bag, you cut it, and you lay it flat, and then you're going to take the trash bag, put it over the top of the arrangement, and tape the top. And I would take this, I would set it in your storage room or your attic or something like that. Here is a tip that I want to tell everybody, and I've learned from experience. Love the song too. I like Mariah Carey's version. Anyway, you want to make sure that when you store this stuff, you put it in somewhere that's not going to get tons of heat, because if you do, it's going to melt the glue, and your stems and stuff are going to start to fall out. That goes with wreaths, that goes with garlands, that goes with arrangements. So keep that in mind when you do store stuff.
I'm going to the Journey Def Leppard concert in August.
Oh, really? Where's it at?
Dallas.
Sure you want to go, Shania Twain?
I'm not going.
Okay. Now, I'm going to have Dina scan up close, guys, and show you what we've done so far. We're just about done. So any questions, comments, or concerns that you have, please leave a comment down below and let us know what you'd like to know. So the last thing we're going to add, guys, is just another texture and type of greenery. And the reason we're going to add this is because we have a little bit of space here and there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do this. What are you doing? And so we're going to put this on there, and we're going to add this on.
Somebody goes, a body bag? Who refers to arrangement as a...
Not the arrangement, the storage. Who was that? Let me talk to her. Alright, so I have this different texture of greenery, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to fill in the spaces, okay? So guys, as we're finishing up, again, any questions or comments, leave them down below. Alright, so I'm going to back up and kind of look. Add one more piece of that. All right, guys.
Stephanie says my wedding colors are navy blue and burgundy with rose gold accents. Do you recommend flowers that you have in store?
Navy blue and burgundy. Was her name Stephanie?
Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for watching. I recommend hydrangeas. When is your wedding? Leave a comment down below. Let us know the month. Hydrangeas are really popular. They come in burgundy and red, and that's a really striking flower, striking color, because it's got a big bloom on it. It's going to make a big statement. And when people walk up to your wedding or walk up to the tables where they're going to be sitting at the reception, they're really going to go, wow, that's beautiful. So that's something that I would definitely check into. And you can accent with some navy blue like rose buds. That's something that's pretty that you could definitely use and enhance that red with. So that's an idea.
Some people are suggesting maybe put a little bit more white in the top of it.
Oh, guys, you could totally do that. And here, I'll add some to show you. So take a piece of that stuff, and we're going to stick it right here in the center.
December 5th is her wedding date.
Okay, then yeah, that's what I would do, the flowers that I suggested. All right, so guys, now we have completed our Easter spring mantle. And again, I just want to remind everybody, what we did is we started out with a blank mantle. We started with a piece of styrofoam that you can purchase at any floral store or here at Ellis. We covered it in moss because if anything sticks out or shows, we don't want it to show, so we put the moss on there so it blends in with all the florals that we chose to use in this arrangement. And then we embellished the styrofoam with our choice of materials, which was lots of bright spring colors. And the reason I chose these colors is because I wanted them to take you all the way through the spring season. This is something that could work for Easter, and it could, you could leave it after Easter is over. Okay? Now, a lot of people are asking if they had a mirror. I would not hang a wreath above here. For example, I have a wreath sitting here. I wouldn't hang a wreath above this. As you can see, that does not look good. So I would hang a mirror above this particular piece so that it would, you know, reflect off here if you had it. If you don't have a mirror, that's totally fine. If you have a TV, you can still replicate this just on a smaller scale. That way you don't have a lot of flowers in the middle of your TV. You can also set stuff on the side of your mantle if you have a larger one. For example, I have these rabbits that I brought over here. So for Easter, you can bring in seasonal items or other seasons, you know, and you can set them on the mantle. Okay? So to bring in that Easter pop, you can actually bring in and you can set different items on your mantle if you wanted to bring in seasonal accent pieces. If you wanted to. But then after Easter was over, you can definitely remove the Easter items and you still have a beautiful spring mantle that's going to take you all the way through the season, all the way until late summer. All right, guys. So I want to remind everybody that we do have videos coming up through the week. You know, Tuesday is our main video day, 10 o'clock every Tuesday. We try and bring you a fun, great video. I hope all of you enjoyed it today. And then I'm going to try and go live a couple other times this week to show you different you know, things that you can do at your home. I've had lots of requests for lanterns, so I'm definitely going to do a lantern video soon. So any requests that you want to see, any content that you want to see, definitely leave that content down below. I love you guys for watching, and, you know, we have a question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What size styrofoam? Or does it
Guys,
matter?
the styrofoam, I just cut to my liking. It's not a particular size. Everybody's mantle's different. Everybody's place where they're going to put this is going to be different, their destination. So I just took a piece of styrofoam and I cut it to my liking. And I didn't put it all the way near the end. If you want to come down here and show them. I didn't put it all the way to the end of the mantle. I just started about, let's see, maybe 6 inches from the end of the mantle. And the styrofoam's about 4 to 5 inches wide. And I covered it in the green moss. So that's an idea for you as well. Alright guys, so I want to thank you for watching. And me and Dina had a great time today. And any questions or comments, again, even after this video ends, leave them down below and we'll be sure to answer those in the future. So I love you guys for watching and we will see you next time.